Have you ever spent 10 minutes writing a simple email, only to replace "I need this report today" with "Hi, I was just wondering if you might be able to help me with the report when you have a moment"? Why do we do that? Why do we turn a simple request into a linguistic obstacle course? Today we're exploring the psychology of politeness and how words like "at," "for," and "with" quietly become shields that protect our feelings but weaken our communication. Because in modern workplaces, clarity is power. Segment 1. The hidden cost of the polite pivot. Remote work, messaging apps, and global teams have changed how we communicate. Most workplace communication now happens through text, emails, chats, and project tools. And when we can't rely on tone of voice or body language, something interesting happens. We start padding our messages. Instead of saying, "Send the document by 4 p.m. we write, "Hi, I just wanted to check in and see if you might be able to send the document by around 4 p.m. if possible. Why? Because our brain treats direct requests as a social risk. Psychologists call this a threat response. We worry that being direct might make us sound rude, demanding, or difficult. So we soften the request with extra language, but this creates what we can call the politeness tax. We trade clarity and speed for social safety. And in fast-moving workplaces, that tax can slow everything down. Segment 2. The anatomy of a prepositional shield. Let's look at how this works. Certain small words quietly distance us from our request. Words like "at," "for," "with." These become linguistic shock absorbers. Example, direct ask. Send the updated budget today. Clear, direct, efficient. Now the softened slide, "I'm reaching out with regards to the updated budget and just wanted to check if you might be able to send it over at some point today." Notice what happened. The request is now buried under filler phrases, extra prepositions, unnecessary explanation. The action verb lost its power. Instead of "send the budget," we created a paragraph of hesitation. Segment 3. The authority paradox. Here's the irony. Many professionals soften their language to appear more polite, but the opposite often happens. When requests become overly indirect, people may interpret them as uncertainty, lack of leadership, low urgency. Communication becomes linguistically diluted. Recipients must spend extra mental energy decoding the message. Instead of quickly understanding the task, they have to ask themselves, "What is this email actually asking me to do?" That cognitive load slows down teams, and the more people involved in a project, the bigger the delay. Segment 4. Global friction. This issue becomes even bigger in international teams. English is the global language of business, but for many people it is not their first language. When messages contain too much softening language, the meaning becomes harder to interpret. For example, a native speaker might understand that "I was just wondering if you might be able to take a look at this" actually means "please review this," but someone learning English might interpret it literally as a casual suggestion. The result? Unclear priorities, delayed responses, missed deadlines. In global teams, clarity isn't rude, it's respectful. Segment 5. The rise of over-explanation. Another modern habit is over-explaining the reason behind every task. Instead of writing, "Please update the spreadsheet," we write, "I wanted to ask if you could update the spreadsheet because we're trying to improve tracking and it would really help the team." Sometimes context is useful, but when every message contains a long explanation, the main request gets buried. The more words we add, the harder the message becomes to scan. And in busy workplaces, people don't read carefully. They skim. Segment 6. The blueprint for radical clarity. So how do we communicate clearly without sounding rude? Here's a simple framework. 1. Lead with the action. Start with the verb instead of "I'm reaching out regarding the report." Write, "Please send the report by 3 p.m. 2. Add empathy, not filler. Clarity and kindness can coexist. Example, "Please send the report by 3 p.m. Let me know if you need anything." 3. Use the delete 3 rule. Before sending a message, try removing 3 unnecessary words or phrases. Examples to delete: "I just wanted to." "I was wondering if." "With regards to." Your message instantly becomes stronger. Here's a challenge for you. For the next week, try writing emails using radical clarity. Focus on clear verbs, short sentences, direct requests, not aggressive, not rude, just clear and respectful. Because in modern workplaces, brevity is a form of respect. You respect people's time, attention, and focus.